Hey everybody, how's it going? I am having a wonderful day. It's a little bit cooler today than it was yesterday. Not by much, but it is cooler, so happy about that. I wonder what's been going on with all of you folks. Let me know in the chat what you've been up to all week, or if you're watching the VOD, then put it down in the comments. Hey Rob, how's it going? Hello, Inquisitor. So last week, very exciting, I recorded probably like 80% of the first episode of the new podcast that I'm doing. So now I just have to finish editing it all together. I have to record a couple segments for it, and then it'll be, I also have my logo. I'm very excited. Got my logo done and paid for. And yeah, I'm just like really excited. But I did do a boo-boo and I selected like the wrong input in the recording software. Long story. Anyway, I think it was an honest mistake. I'm gonna try and not beat myself up over it, but I'm just gonna use the footage anyway because it's like almost an hour and it was very candid and I don't want to like record it. I think it would lose some of its charm in like the message if I re-recorded it. So I don't want to do that. So I'm not gonna do that. Doing all right. Finishing up magnetizing my Imperial Guard infantry. Sweet. So yeah, I'm also having audio difficulties with my microphone. I'm not sure if it's the cable or the microphone or just how I'm speaking into it, but that's like my big task for this week is to troubleshoot that microphone. And because I've not actually had this particular problem with it before, so I'm going to have to spend some time troubleshooting that. And that's why there's not going to be any YouTube shorts released until the podcast comes out, because I need this time to actually just troubleshoot everything and figure it all out. Or in the other filming location, yeah, it's with an actual microphone, not the headset. So it actually sounds really good. Like the microphone sounds good. There's just like a tiny hint of a crackle at times, and I don't know if it's because the cable is kind of weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to try and tape the cable to the microphone to like keep it like solidly in there, make sure that the contact is in there, and then if that doesn't work, then I'll have to like dig deeper, or get another cable or whatever. I'm just going to have to figure it out. Finished up some Leagues of Votann, bringing the total models I painted this month to 1 High Call, 1 Grimnir, 5 Hearthguard, and 10 Hearthkin Warriors. Amazing! Congrats! It always feels good to finish like big batches of models. Okay, so that's my plan for the week. I'm doing like a pretty big family lunch right after this, so let's get down to business. That's weird with the cable. It is weird with the cable. I mean, the other option too is that I get a USB interface and then I just do like an XLR cable instead, because my microphone can do both. So I just thought USB would be easier, but maybe it's not as good. I don't know. Okay, so this is where we're at with Ursula Creed. She looks extremely dark because this is the shadows. And now we're going to go on and we're going to paint Mechanicus Standard Gray back on. I know it's exciting to paint the same color back on, but this is my old recipe and we are following it because I want her to look like she still goes with my force. So I'm going to put some of this into my palette. I've been using this Rosemary & Co. Ivory pointed round for a little while now, and it's okay. It's not my favorite. I still like the Shiraz best, but it seems to be holding up pretty well. So I'm going to use it till it's dead, and then I'm going to move on to the brushes I'm most excited about, which are an Artist Series brush. So we'll see. Maybe, I mean, it looks to me like I'm gonna love it, and it was the cheapest out of all of them that I bought, so we'll see. Okay, so I'm just gonna paint a little bit dog hair. Always dog hair. Get out of here. I'm gonna try and do, so there's a seam here. Just gonna do a little bit there. And then her sash, I have decided it's gonna be red. So this doesn't have to be super good. It just has to be on there. Okay. Think some lowly guardsmen tell boogeyman stories of Ursula catching them slacking off. The shadow made me think of that. Yes. What was the principal's name in Matilda? Principal, like, Turnbull or something like that? She's totally got that vibe. But, like, less malicious. Just, like, you know, she's got a job to do. And you know, everybody better be on board. Ooh, painting. Hey, Kyle, how's it going? Also, so we did a hobby hangout recently in the Gear Guts Mech Shop Patreon Discord. And I thought it was really funny when, like, some of the people in the chat were like, oh my gosh, like, you called him by his human name. Yes, I did. Okay. Trunchbull. Yep, that's it. Doing good. Just been redecorating the basement today. Ooh, very cool. I bet you have a lot of space there now that you don't work in your basement office anymore. So we're just like leaving some of the, you know what, maybe I can actually make this a little bit bigger for y'all. No? Yep. Yep. Can see a little bit better, maybe? Let's see. Put her in the middle. He has a human name. We all have human names. Some of them are more interesting than others. Now I'm going to be scratching my name about what movie they make a joke about someone having a first name. Why is that joke living in rent free in my brain? I don't know. It doesn't sound like a movie that I've seen. But like when I was a kid, I always found it really funny that like my school teachers had first names, right? So when I am doing these layers, I do try my best to make them as like crispy as possible because that's my style. But I know some other people do really well with like a less what's the word? Like less detailed. That's not even the word I'm looking for, but like less clean, less crispy kind of look. This is just the look that I've sort of developed that I like. And actually, I think it is. I used to do portraits of people in like literally 2 solid colors, and it kind of reminds me of the style that I used to do those portraits in. So this will probably be the only highlight that I do on the pants that she has. So I'm not going to do as much on that. I'm just going to pick out a few of the folds. Just because her great coat makes it pretty shadowy in there. So I'm going to try and just do little bits here. Also, I think I need to put my glasses on. That's a bit far away for me. I moved my office upstairs to get more light, so that old room is getting fixed to be a guest room. Got the bed set up. The rest is just cleaning it out. Also, I will say that the pop-out chat is annoying now for YouTube, because right there, where like the last messages, there's like a big reaction heart, and covers up half of your guys' messages. Annoying. Okay. Glasses aren't really helping, but I'm they're probably good for me to wear them. So, let's go. Let's go. That's probably good enough right there. I still haven't gotten my commission stuff yet. Oh yeah, I need to poke somebody. So I'm starting to get like a little bit stressed out about the time that I'm gonna have to actually do this project. But then I was thinking, I was like, but that's not your problem. Like, you just do the best that you can with the time that you're given, and they can't really complain because it's like a gift. You're doing it for free. I always forget how well Mechanicus Standard Gray goes on. It's just such a lovely paint. Yay, vision! I mean, I can see pretty close, like pretty good close up, but glasses are in style points. Yeah, I was actually thinking about getting a second pair of glasses. Ones that are like even bigger than these ones. Because, I'm all about them statement pieces. Okay, now this is going to be difficult to paint this with the barrier here. So I'm just going to do my best. Think about it a little bit. Pray. Pray a little bit more. So normally on Sundays I do like a pretty big dinner. but I didn't do it yesterday, so I'm gonna do it today, but I'm gonna do it for lunch because my mother-in-law is visiting. And every time I make one of these meals, I just realize that, like, I would be very happy being, like, a 1950s style homemaker. Like, with my little apron on and just, like, cooking and cleaning all day. Like, I don't hate that. As long as I have the time to do it. But because I've always worked, I've always just been so tired when I get home that it's hard to maintain the joy in doing all that stuff. So, I am going to cherish the days where I actually get the opportunity to, like, play dress up at a homemaker. Hobbit lifestyle? Hell yeah. Yeah, I always feel like if I was like any sort of stereotypical fantasy race, I would be like a halfling or a hobbit because I just like to eat. I mean, that's why I like ogres in Age of Sigmar, because they just like to eat stuff too. They're just aggressive about it. But also, like, the things that I make, like in these big dinners, it's like very like 1950s housewife. I ain't even mad at it. My wife likes to talk about at times what we would be in Lord of the Rings. She's very much a hobbit. I'm too tall for that. Not lithe enough for elves. I'm just a dude. Could pull off the Rohirrim. Just a dude. I mean, honestly, we would probably mostly all just be dudes. I'm also really not small enough to be um hobbit, so I would probably just end up being a dude. Kids like to eat as well. Just saying, it's true. It's true. I'm not like a huge fan of bugs though. I also don't enjoy the hive mind idea. You know, I'm very much a independent thinker. Hey, Scary, how's it going? Oh, Solar, you would totally be a wizard. I think I would probably end up being either a druid or maybe a wizard. Probably a druid, though. Well, I just like to be outside. In animals and nature. I like the Nids because my favorite StarCraft pros were Zerg. Otherwise, I just like the Xenos in general. That's fair. Loving and painting, things are good. Oh, yeah, Scary, I feel like we don't actually get to talk that much anymore because you're just so flippin' busy all the time. We need to fix that, I think. Me busy? Yeah. Uh-huh. We need to make Scary less busy? Yes. Yes, we do. Also, you guys, I got to see my new friendly local game store, like the location. I got to go inside and look at it. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be beautiful. Also, like they showed me all of the things that they're planning to like decorate it with and stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's still gonna be a while until it's all done, but like there's private rental rooms and like they're gonna make like a D&D dungeon that you can rent, and like I'm just so excited. It's gonna be awesome. Just busier with Tanya. I mean, no, I think he could be less busy. I honestly don't know anybody who does like more stuff constantly. Like, I'm usually a pretty busy person with stuff on the go all the time. But, I mean, he puts me to shame, so. Also, so the last time I went to play on tabletop, I got to say hello to Mini Wargamer Dave because he was chatting with Tack, because they're like basically bros. And he was like, "Oh, I love your water bottle. I don't have it here, but," and I was like, "Oh yeah," and he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, I'll get you one." So I ordered it, so it should be here. It should be here in a couple days, actually. And so yeah, I hope he likes it. But these like water bottles are crazy. I put ice in it before I went to bed and then just like left it on my paint table and it still had ice in it in the morning. Like what? What? And it's like doesn't really get below like 22 degrees in my house. It's not like my house is cold. See? See? It's got to get going. See? It's busy. Always on the go. Have a great day at Mini Wargaming, Scary. I guess you're going tomorrow. Have a great day tomorrow. So I find with grays, like gray colors, gray paints, for some reason them and reds for me are like the worst for changing colors when they dry. So I really like to sort of take my time and wait for everything to dry before I decide if I need to add more paint or whatever. I need to decide what I'm going to do with her epaulettes. I think I'm just going to do them gray with like gold on them. That's what I'm thinking. So just like the same color. I can always paint over it if I change my mind, but I think that's what I'm going to do. Like little gold buttons and things. I also have to figure out what I'm going to do with Lord Solar. I really think I want to paint the horse black because it would just go with my forces a lot better. So I'm thinking maybe like black with green armor. But I could do gray armor too, because my Leman Russes are all gray. Hello, Kronos. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you could make it. Thanks for the tip about the gray. I figured out my scheme is going to be kind of similar to yours. Ooh, don't use the same green that I use, though. It's awful to work with. Find something different than, like, Vallejo black green. It's awful. I cannot explain to you how much you will hate using it. What brand of poster tack did you use? This is Uhu tack, and it is very strong. Like, I would not put painted pieces. So if you paint in sub-assemblies, I would not use this. This is going to pull the paint off. It's very, very strong. I don't paint in sub-assemblies, and I just hate how the models themselves will often fall off of blue tack. So I just much prefer to use the white, because I literally have to pry this off. Like, I don't think I'd be able to. Like, it just stays on there. Like, you'll see it kind of grabs on, like there. So, and that's what I like. I like a really strong hold. But yeah, sub-assemblies, don't use this. I'd say replace the guy on the horse with Yarick. Rip. There's pretty good conversions of that. I don't do conversions. I have tried, and I just don't find it fun. I find it really stressful. I want my hobby to be stressful. So, and I already made him. He's already like stock, except I think I put a different helmet on him to match the rest of my infantry. Not my characters. They all just have faces, but to match my infantry squads. Cool. I'm swapping the green with blue. Nice. I approve, because I think blue is an easier color to work with than green in general. Yeah, so I approve of that. I think that you're doing yourself a favor than what I decided to do. Oh woo! No, it's UHU. Oohoo. Quite often you'll see people use like their certain glue to make like sticky, gross, mucusy kind of effects. Um, so if that's something you're interested in, when you get the poster tack, then get the glue at the same time. And you can dye the glue with like inks and stuff. So if you wanted to make like sticky, gross blood effects, you could just add like red ink. Ordered. You're welcome. Yeah, I know, because I was using blue tack for a really long time, and it was like not good enough. It was just everything was falling off, and yeah, I don't know. This stuff just like gets me. Okay. So another tip when you're doing your highlights and stuff is start the brush where the highlight would be the least bright, and then end at the tippy top of where it would be the most bright. And that's because when you take your brush off, it leaves like a little bit of extra pigment. So that way it's going to leave the pigment at the brightest spot, and that just kind of makes more sense. She's coming together. Hey, Mr. Fish. Can't stay doing family time stuff, aka watching Shazam in the Shazamily. Oh, thank you, Mr. Fish. What are we thinking about the 10th rules and data sheets in here? Okay. I think that it's best to hold off with any opinions until we see the points. But I'm excited because I really like how simplified yet still robust the rules are. So that's what I think. But again, it's really hard to tell anything about balance or power or anything like that until we see the points. But yeah, in general, I have had to stay out of most online spaces because of like all of the salt. I can't, like, I just can't. I'm trying to be excited, and like those places just suck the joy out of the new edition, so I just have not been paying any attention to what other people say. I just read the articles, I form my own like minor opinions about it, and then go about my day. But yeah, I'll have more opinions once we all see the points. GSC tomorrow. Heck yeah. Hype. Actually, so like Gene Stealers are some of my favorite models, but I just have no desire to play them. So like maybe if the rules play or the rules change, then maybe that'll be like a new army that I pick up. Also, I think that I'm gonna get to paint the brain bug from the new box set, the Leviathan box set. So I'm gonna do that on stream. And that'll be for my friend Alex. So we're gonna be matching his scheme. Which is a good scheme. It's like it's got some nice contrast to it. I've painted something for him on stream before, but I think that was back when I was on Twitch. Which I don't miss Twitch at all, by the way. I was making money over at Twitch, but like, I don't know. Community is a little bit more, why are you doing it that way? It's not how other people do it. And I don't know. I'm just like more of a, I guess, like experimental painter. Like I just want to figure stuff out. I don't want to watch tutorials or do what other people are doing. And y'all over here are just like nicer. The whole balancing is down to the points, but the streamlined changes to core rules and keywords is really nice. I agree. Especially how Battle Shock works. I am a little worried about Battle Shock because it seems like, especially with demons, like literally everything is going to be Battle Shocked. against demons. So I'm like a little bit worried about that, but we'll really have to play it out and see. Okay. I'm personally hyped, but my opinion is reserved until after my fourth game. Yeah, like the first 20 games don't count, um, in my opinion. You gotta play that many to like really understand like your army and like the balance and things like that. And I understand like everybody's gonna have opinions because, you know, everybody has opinions, but I get really frustrated when people who don't actually play that often or play against like one faction all the time, like they play against their one buddy all the time, have like such definitive like opinions about, well, this is the way that the game is. And then when you try to tell them, well, no, like you're literally playing against a bad matchup or whatever, then they, you know, sometimes get mad at you. So I try not to share my opinions, but it does kind of bother me when people create like such a definitive like this is the way it is and all that without, you know, branching out a little bit. The brain bug looks amazing, I know, right? It's my sole reason for starting NIDS with the box set. I recently started Corn Demons with Bellacore, partly why I'm excited. Yeah. But yeah, the brain bug, I'm super excited. That model looks really cool. And like I normally don't enjoy painting for other people, but Alex is different. Alex, like I owe a lot of my hobby experience to him and keeping me playing and keeping me engaged um, when I've wanted to quit. Um, and yeah, so I feel like I owe him a project every once in a while, but also like he enjoys my painting. Also, I like to take credit for his like best hobby Gene Stealer cult scores, because like I painted a few things in that army, and yeah, so I like to think, yeah, I won that. I won it. Of course, I didn't win it, but I contributed. That's what I tell myself. I helped. Um, it's just the way it is. Yeah. I forgot how like relaxing it is to actually play or to paint guardsmen. Cause it's been a while, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a while. I got so heartbroken when I just like could not make them work when the rules were so bad. And I'm actually kind of worried that like my love of guard is maybe done. Like it could be waning, but we'll see. I still haven't decided what I'm gonna play in the new edition, because again, waiting for points and whatnot. So it could be guard, it could be custodes. I guess we'll have to wait and see. so we got some embroidery here and some wrinkles in it, so I kind of have to figure out where the embroidery ends and the regular coat begins. I'm pretty sure this is regular coat. I sent you the full 10th rules, and I told you that Meta wouldn't let me open it. You gotta email it to me. Someone leaked and compiled high-res core rules. Yeah, no, you have to email it to me. You can't send me, like, anything. Also, don't message me on Facebook Messenger, because I only get, like, 10% of the messages, like, as notifications. I don't know why. Meta sucks. Okay, that works. I will look at it after the stream. What do you? Okay, so you've seen the rules, Alex. What do you predict I'm gonna want to play? Custodes or guard? Also, when did you change your name to like your name? Didn't you have like a weird username for YouTube? Her hands look tiny. Like, I know that it's like true scale, so it's probably just like the size of a woman's hands. But after painting so many old ass guard models, like with big chonky heads and hands, they just look really tiny and funny. But it's probably just like a normal sized hand. I think you should play your guard and your custodes. Oh, I don't know. I really want to focus in on one. Pretty sure this will work. I just said it 30 seconds ago. I saw it. Yeah, I think that'll work. Custodes definitely seems pretty saucy. On Twitch, you've got a different username. All right, all right. Grey Knights seem funky too. Just yeah, I actually think that Grey Knights are going to be pretty strong. But yeah, I read the Custodes sort of preview and I was like, oh, well that seems way better than it was before. Even though there's like less options to choose from, the options that are there are extremely good. It's okay. Also, so I can't have. Well, I mean, I could have music, but every time I play anything, I get like a potential copyright strike. So now I just let y'all listen to whatever you want, and I listen to whatever I want. But it's really hard for me to like not bop along and sing along to my tunes. Cause that also I think gets you a copyright strike, which is like ridiculous. My local Grey Knights player wasn't feeling the Grey Knights preview because he likes customizing them, and the preview made it seem he couldn't. I think the customization happens in which characters you're using. That Grandmaster looks like a beast. Grandmaster and the baby carrier. I was reading those rules and I was like, Could he be one of the better force multipliers in the game? Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to have a peek and make sure that I didn't really miss any bits. And I'm pretty happy with this layer. And then I'm going to move on. And I'm going to do a bit of Dawnstone. Oh, I did miss. I missed. Missed her collar here. But yeah, like, I think it's really difficult for people to actually form opinions without seeing the points. And really, I just feel like, just let me be excited. Jeez. Okay. I don't even know if they make this color anymore, and if they don't make this color, like, I'm gonna be screwed, because, like, it's the color of my fatigues. Okay. Okay. So, now when we go on with these, I'm gonna leave the pants, because they're in the dark. I'm going to do just a little bit of an edge highlight on the corner of the cloak on the inside here. Maybe. There we go. Just a little bit here. And that'll be good enough. And now we will go on to put this next highlight on, which I think I watered down this paint a bit too much, but here we go. So I like this particular brush, except the thing I don't like is that it like immediately got like a hook on it. So if you see me kind of like lining stuff up, it's because I'm trying to navigate this tiny hook that's on the bottom of this, or on the tip of this brush. Like it got that, I swear, like the second time that I actually put like brush to model. What color is that? So this is Dawnstone. The first color that we did was Mechanicus Standard Gray. And like, look at how old these bottles are. Like, they still have the old logos on them with like the, yeah. But yeah, Dawnstone. It's not a great color for base coating. Like, it is legitimately a layer, but it's a layer color that I really love. Probably because it's in a bit of a transparent medium. Just works real good. I feel like Night Lords and Marine Reavers are going to actually be used, so that's fun to see how they'll work. I love Reavers. I think that they're like actually my favorite looking out of all of the Primaris. So if they could be usable, that'd be great. Plus, I think I have a box of the special Space Wolf ones somewhere. Should probably paint those. I only recently discovered how powerful las guns are because everyone kept calling them flashlights in a dismissive way. They're not. When I was playing guard, they were not good. They were really bad. Like really, really bad. I think that I never played the new codex, but I'm pretty sure that there's a stratagem in there that makes them like not complete garbage. But yeah, they were garbage. They were really not good when I played. There's that saying that you don't fear a single las gun, you fear crossing a field of 1,000 of them. Well, yeah. Currently, they auto wound on 6s to hit. Yeah. I think that's in reference to the lore. Oh, the flashlights or whatever. I have a delay, so I sometimes can't keep up with the cool shit y'all say. I'm sorry. Where in lore they would easily punch holes right through people. Yeah, unarmored people for sure. I think they can punch a hole through a person. Replicating that with a space marine, especially when wearing big ol' ceramite armor, is harder. Yeah. I'm surprised that the boy hasn't come up to bother me yet. He doesn't really enjoy going on his walks when it's hot, though. Oh, holding my breath a little bit. Bad, Tanya. Bad. Alex, do you have plans on the 1st of July? Because the new game store wants to run like a few events. I think they wanted to do like a 4-table 40K thing. Which would be cool. I think I'm going to run an Age of Sigmar thing for them though. Dang, made a mistake. So, I accidentally got some paint in the crease there. So, I'm just going to take some Nuln Oil and wash a tiny pin wash back in. And just make that shadow back in there. Carefully. Carefully. That's better. How goes Creed? She goes pretty good. We're on the next highlight. So this is like the mid-tone. So, you know, she's going okay. I don't think I'm going to get this layer done on her though, so I'm probably going to have to finish this one off stream. But I'm not going to do the last highlight layer. I'll do that next week on stream. Also, just because it's funny to watch me struggle edge highlighting on stream. I just think it's funny. But I did do her like front part of her coat, so you can kind of see she's not just like a big black blob anymore, like she was when we started the stream. So we're getting somewhere. So I struggle with seamless gradients at the moment. I just don't do gradients. So I don't think I can actually bring this any closer and have it actually autofocus. So I'm actually impressed it is autofocusing. Okay, so if you actually look, I have not blended anything in here, right? In these creases. There's the boy. So I just basically layer it on and I just try to choose colors that don't make it look like it's like that, make it look like it's blended essentially. But this is literally just Dawnstone on top of Mechanicus Standard Gray, and when you look at it far away, it looks like a gradient. It looks like it's blended. And in fact, I got blending points on this army at a tournament, and I don't blend. So if you really do want to blend them, then I think the most seamless way to do it with a brush is going to be probably wet blending, which is very difficult to do as a layer. So I guess you could glaze as well, and then it just takes forever, but you can do that. Dawnstone is still being sold. Yes! I just always worry that like my favorite colors are gonna get like tossed. So yeah, there's basically two ways that you could do. Well, you could dry brush too, and just take your time with like a really large, well, not large, but like large-ish fluffy brush. Like I got these, not that one, these ones. I haven't even opened this one yet. But these makeup brushes I got on Amazon. So they're like really quite densely packed, and they're soft, and these work really good for dry brushing. And just pick colors that are close enough to one another that you're not going to you're not going to really see it as like pick them close so that they look like they're a gradient. I've got a problem of perfectionism with the models 2 centimeters from my eyeball. I highly recommend not worrying about it. Because have you ever had somebody look at your stuff in person? Okay, I'm actually going to call this model here because I heard my dog being sassy, which means that it's almost walkies. But I'm going to leave you with this. If you are a perfectionist with your models, like I used to be, I highly recommend that you just, that you just take your models somewhere just paint it and take it somewhere to play with it. And all of the mistakes that you see, nobody else is going to see them. Nobody else sees them. They don't know that they're there. And it's just really easy to just roll with it once you realize that, like, literally nobody's going to see it. Is it just a standard makeup brush or a certain kind of painting brush? It's just a bog standard eyeshadow brush is what I just buy them in packs on Amazon. They're usually like $1 or $2 a brush, and they just work really good for dry brushing. Let me bring it up close, see if it'll... So this is where we're at. This is where I'm going to call it. I'm going to do this layer on all the rest of her, so I'll do it. You can see it was that. It's going to be that. So I'm going to do that off stream. I'll probably do that tonight, actually. And then next week I will do the top highlight. I might do 2 highlights on her. We'll see. But I'll definitely do the top highlight, and then so you can see what that looks like. But I'm going to call it there. I'm going to take my doggo for a walk. And then play homemaker and make a big family meal, because I like to do that. And Creed looking sleek so far. Yeah, I think she's going to be a badass. I use the makeup brushes from the dollar store. Exactly. So yeah, I'm going to call it there. I'm going to be working really hard on getting the first episode of the Breast General out hopefully next week. I have a little bit of tech issues I got to figure out. And then new episode of Forge the Narrative, I believe, on Saturday as well. And if you need anything from me, best way to get in touch with me is to join the Patreon and join the Discord. It's the only place that I actually reliably get notifications. So if you need anything, that's the best way. Otherwise, you can send me a message, just a comment or message on Patreon, or send me a message anywhere else, and I'll just get to it when I remember to check it. Meatloaf is more than a singer, Miss Homemaker. It's true. I actually love Meatloaf. Alright, so that's all I have for you. I hope that you have a wonderful week. I hope that you get some games in, or you paint some models, or you read some books about the lore, or experience the hobby in whichever way that you most love it. And then, until next time, be excellent to one another, and be nice, and roll dice. Bye, everybody.